Good morning, sir. In this presentation, I am going to go over for the mini project for this semester, that is voice-based email for visually challenged. As the project title already suggests, I have prepared a web-based application for visually challenged people who can send and receive email from their account. The following is the quick demonstration.
Welcome to voice-controlled email service. What do you want to do? Speak send to send email, speak read to read inbox, speak exit to exit. Speak now.
Send.
You have chosen to send an email. Please speak the body of your email. Speak now.
This is a test email.
You have spoken the message. This is a test email. The email has been sent. What do you want to do? Speak send to send email, speak read to read inbox, speak exit to exit. Speak now.
Read.
You have chosen to read email. Please say the serial number of the email you wanna read starting from latest. Speak now.
1.
The email is from empnessgamingthopamarudi1234@gmail.com. The subject of the email is test email. The body of email is this is a test email that has been sent to coffee mug. What do you want to do? Speak send to send email, speak read to read inbox, speak exit to exit. Speak now.
Exit.
You have chosen to exit. Bye bye.
So that was a quick demonstration of the working of the application. Now I have developed the application using the language Python 3 and I have developed it in the IDE called PyCharm. Now let us get into the coding side of the application. For the sake of this application, I am using 4 libraries provided by the Python. The first one is the speech recognition library, which is used to recognize the speech that is being spoken into my microphone, and the speech is then converted into the text. The next library is the EasyIMAP library, which is used for fetching the emails from the email ID and display them, or rather speak them, inside of our application. The next library is PyTTSX3, that is used to give the text to speech. In other words, the text or the messages that are being printed are also being spoken using this library. The last library that I'm using is the SMTP-LIB library, which is used to send emails from within our application. These 2 variables are the login credentials for our email account that we are using. For the sake of security reasons, I have censored the username and the password. Now as we get into the main program, I have assigned a variable as the function recognizer from the speech recognition module, and here I have defined an engine which will be using for the text to speech functions. Note that the voice used in the text to speech is defined here, and it is the system voice that has been installed into my computer. Note that this system voice can depend from computer to computer depending on the voice that has been installed into the user's computer. For example, my computer has a Windows 10 and the default voice that I am using is the voice provided by Windows, which is the Microsoft Alice, which you have heard in the demonstration. Now let us get into the first function, which is the speak function. This function is making use of the engine defined here, and takes a string variable known as str. Then first of all it prints it, then makes use of a function known as say, and the say function basically converts the strings text into the voice that you can hear. The other function I am using here is known as run and wait. What this does is, as long as the application is speaking the text, the program execution will be halted unless and until the speaking is finished. Now the second function which I have defined here is the listen function. This is making use of the speech recognition, and it will listen to our voice and convert it into the text. Now as we read this line here, I am using with sr.microphone as source. Note that my speech recognition does not basically use the microphone as a source. To use the microphone as a source, I am using another library known as PyAudio. It has not been imported as it is already present inside of the project. So with sr.microphone as source, it means that the source is the microphone that I am speaking into. Here's a function known as r.adjust for ambient noises. What this function does is adjust the sensitivity of the microphone for the application depending upon the background noises coming from your microphone, so that it may have an easier time differentiating between the background noise of your room or whatever and the voice that you're speaking into the microphone. Now I am defining a string here as speak now and passing this string into the speak function. What this does is, when I go into the speak function, it takes the speak now here, prints the speak now, and then speaks out the speak now from here. And while it is speaking, it will wait till it is done speaking, then continue with the program execution. Now here is a variable audio which is being returned a value known as r.listen to the source. What this does is, it takes the function listen, passes the source into it, which is our microphone, and it listens to the microphone audio and returns it to audio variable. After listening to the audio, I made a exception handling block in which the function known as recognize_Google, which is being passed the value of audio, is being called. Now what this does is, this function takes our voice or the audio that is being listened and converts it into a text. This text is then returned from the function to wherever it is called. Now if for some reason the microphone is not able to recognize your voice, or the voice is not clear, then the exception handling will take the control into this except block and return the message, sorry, could not recognize what you said. Now the third function that I made here is the send mail function. This function is used to send the emails from within our application to the recipient. I have made a text variable known as rec, or the recipient. For the sake of security purposes, I have censored this email account, but basically this is the email account of the receiver right here. Now when this function is called, first it will speak the message, please speak the body of your email. Then it will listen to the voice and return it as a text into this message variable. Now after it has completed listening, it will say you have spoken the message, then it will speak the message out loud that you have spoken. Here I am making a local host and connecting to the SMTP server for gmail.com via the port number 465. Using the login, I log in with my email credentials, which are right here. Then I am using the send mail function to send the message to the receiver. Then after sending the message, I simply quit the server and basically disconnect from the server. After the message is sent, the following message will be spoken as the email has been sent. Now the last function that I created in my code was the read mail function. In this, first I create another connection to an IMAP server for gmail.com using the username and password, which are mentioned right here. Then I simply call a function known as list IDs, which basically makes a list of all the emails that have been received in the inbox of the email account in the LIFO basis. For example, the latest email that is received in the inbox will be the first one in the list that is created. After that, I simply prompt the user to speak the serial number of the email that they want to read. Now after the user is done speaking, I take the string into a variable a, convert it into an integer and subtract it by 1 because of the way that arrays work, and then call the function server.mail server list IDs. Then I pass b, which is this number, which is the serial number which I want to read the email of. Then I simply speak the email in this fashion, as the email address is from email.from address, then email.title, then email.body. Note that title is the subject of the email. Now in this main program, first of all, I print the message, or rather speak the message, welcome to the voice controlled email service. Here within the while loop, I have created a menu based interface where I am giving the user the choice of what they want to do, where they can either speak send, read, or exit, to either call the function send mail, in which they will send an email, read message or read mail, where they can read an email from their inbox, or the exit, where they can simply exit from the application. I've also considered a last choice, where in any case if the speech recognition is not able to make out the voice, or the user says something out of the menu, then they will be prompted with the message invalid choice, and they will be notified of what they said. Then they can try again. So basically this was the entire code for the project, and with this I conclude my video presentation for my mini project of this semester. Thank you and have a very nice day.